Good morning. I have had some questions about can Mr. President Donald Trump, a convicted felon, run for presidency? And the answer to that is yes. The Constitution doesn't have any literature that says that the president can't run. There's very few requirements. That the three main requirements are these right here: natural born American citizen, at least 35 years old, and a U.S. resident for 14 years. Technically, that's the outlining of what it takes to become president of the United States. And, that's going to upset some of you. But that's what the Constitution says. And the Supreme Court actually ruled that you can't really change the finite version of how a president is elected. You can't just change the Constitution. If you change that, it has to be a constitutional amendment, and it has to go through court and everything else, which they may try to pull that, but it's not going to happen, because if they pull that, clearly the type of corruption that they're after here. Second of all, it says, can he vote? Can a felon vote? And the answer is, depending on the state, yes. Felons still can vote. And the reason that is just because you're a convicted felon. If you're not in jail or if you're not in prison, you have the ability to go to a facility and cast a vote, then you can cast a vote. And seeing as that it's New York, if you're not in jail or if you're not in prison, you can go cast a vote. This is from the NYCLU. New Yorkers who cannot vote with a criminal record, New Yorkers who are currently incarcerated for a felony conviction, are ineligible to vote, but they have to be incarcerated. His conviction is in July, so whatever they do in July will affect whatever happens in the future. But can he run for presidency if he's in jail? Yes, there's nothing that says he can't run for presidency while he's in jail. Wouldn't that be messed up? We had a felon that was locked up and still won the presidential election from jail. So there's nothing that stops him from doing that. Any of the literature doesn't say, actually there's some instances where it said it's been attempted and it went through, because there's nothing illegal about it. And depending on the state where you're from and how the literature is written, which in New York it says you have to be incarcerated. You could be a convicted felon, but you have to be incarcerated. If you're not incarcerated yet, you can still vote. If you're physically able to go somewhere and vote, you can still vote. You can run for presidency even if you're locked up. Can Trump run for president from prison? Yes, and it's been done before. There are no legal obstacles to running for president as a convicted felon or even from behind bars. Trump's sentencing is in early July. Trump is currently the frontrunner as the Republican candidate for the presidency. No law exists that bars a felon from running for president. But will the reality of having a criminal record complicate Trump's bid for the Oval Office? No, it won't. From the BBC, can you run for president if you're in jail? Yes, the U.S. Constitution sets out relatively few eligibility requirements for presidential candidates. They must be at least 35, be a natural-born U.S. citizen, and have lived in the U.S. for at least 14 years. There are no rules blocking candidates with criminal records. So there you have it, folks. If you were wondering if it's possible, and it looks like it's going to happen. So set your mind at ease. Just because he's a convicted felon doesn't mean we can't vote for him, and just because he goes to jail doesn't mean he still can't run for presidency. You just got to write him in, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. If you don't see his name on there, write him in. Or write me in. I'm just kidding. I'll catch y'all later. Be blessed. I love y'all. Take care. Have a great day.